Prevention of accident at work. When at work, we are sent from commission to site, place where the construction of the structures and platforms is being carried out. It is mandatory to use the following points listed to avoid any types of accident. Mandatory use list to access the site. Use of uniform, use of helmet, use of shoes with cap, use of glasses, use of ear plug, use of gloves, use of badge, use of uniform. It is the obligation of all personnel who will access the plants to wear uniform according to the color that represents the company. Use of helmet. It is mandatory for all personnel to wear the protective helmet in the construction area to avoid any blow to the head. Use of shoes with cap. It is mandatory to use shoes with cap and non-slip sole to avoid an accident in the feet due to tripping or some element profile falling in the shoe. Use of glasses and ear plug. Wearing glasses and ear plug is important to avoid noise in the area where they are welding the structure, as well as avoid hurting the eyes by some bird to the touch. Use of gloves. It is important to use gloves in the supervision yards of the platforms to avoid any birds of the profiles that are hot due to being exposed for some time in the sun. Use of harness. It is not allowed to access the construction of the superstructure of the platform without the mandatory use of the harness to avoid a fall, slip. Use of badge. It is mandatory to portal at all times the identification badge of the personnel within the plant. Considering this point as main to avoid the less possible accidents and in case of any happening, quickly identify the engineer and or worker of wind company is according to the color of his uniform and his personal badge. Of each of the accidents that have been had on site, it is very important to learn it, document, and if possible, a video of what happened and how it could be avoided, in order to learn to avoid fewer and fewer accidents. An accident is never omitted since they are learning. They are documented and filing for when you have to give an accident prevention course.